Today, we're taking a ride on a seaplane. With a fleet of 37, Harbour Air is the largest seaplane-only airline, transporting over 500,000 passengers annually around the Vancouver area. With their convenient downtown-to-downtown commercial flights, they're also able to land right in their harbors, hence the name. They also offer sightseeing flights all around the Vancouver region. So, the plan today is to take one of those commercial flights on their DHC-3 Turbo Otter, where we left off on WestJet last time from Vancouver International, commute to Nanaimo Harbour, check out the waterfront, and then head back to Vancouver. The Turbo Otter is known for its reliability, versatility, and short takeoff and landing performance, perfect for its seaplane operations, and that's why the type is so common, and it makes up a third of the whole airline's fleet. So, what does it look like flying on a seaplane that's getting used as an airliner? What's it even like commuting back and forth on a seaplane? What's going on, guys? Casey Flower here. Let's go see what it's like flying on a seaplane. Let's go check in. Hey, how are you? 611 to Nanaimo.
Perfect. I'll take a look at your ID.
Okay.
Thank you.
Perfect.
And I'll just get your bag right on the scale there.
Yeah, of course.
And do you want to hold on to this or check this in?
Oh, check it in.
Check it in?
Yeah.
And just a teeny bit over baggage allowance. You're allowed 10 pounds or currently 14. So it's
Okay.
going to be an additional $12. Do you want me to charge the American Express that's already on top?
Yeah.
Sure. And would you like a receipt for that at all?
I'm good, thank you.
Beautiful.
It's gonna be $12 one way or round trip.
It'll be like, you'll have to pay it before Chile coming back.
Okay.
To bring that much.
It happens, okay.
Perfect. And then here's your boarding pass. We'll make an
Okay.
announcement at around 9 o'clock, and then boarding's just going to be at the door.
Okay. If it were a cabin bag, would it also be the same, like, overweight?
Like if you emptied out a little bit of your bag, like say for example you took even just 1 pound out, I think they would probably lose it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, all good.
Okay.
Happens.
Good.
Okay, thank you.
Of course.
Okay. Alright, we're about 5 minutes out from boarding the Harbour Air Otter over to Nanaimo, where the kind of terminal building itself is a really cool vibe. Half of it is a restaurant, which if it's open we can go inside and wait. I think it's a bit too early now, but for like a midday flight we can go into it, grab lunch before we wait for our flight or after we get off a flight. But yeah, there's also a lot of cool merch on the walls and kind of scattered throughout the building, kind of serving as a gift shop for the airline. There's kind of otter toys, like Otter as in the aircraft, like toys of the aircraft will be on, and a lot of cool like Harbour Air merch kind of scattered throughout the building. So the airline has its own gift shop, which is really, really cool. But yeah, the boarding pass they gave us at check-in was quite literally just a receipt, so we'll show that once we get on. But yeah, we have everybody lining up, ready to board, and we'll be boarding in the next 5 minutes, and it will board in the next 15 minutes. There you go.
Thanks, everyone.
Of course, thank you. Have a good one. Charlie Golf Lima Charlie Papa will be the 65-year-old otter to Nanaimo and back. She was delivered to the Ghana Air Force from 1961 to 1974, and then after returning to Canada, she flew with various Canadian operators from 1974 to 2009, and then in 2009, she was converted to a Turbo Otter and got with Harbour Air. Hey man, how are you guys?
Good, yourself?
I'm alright.
Right on, enjoy the flight.
Thank you. Open seating?
What's that?
Open seating?
Open seating.
Open seating, good stuff.
Come on in, have a seat there.
Alright. I couldn't find much on the seat dimensions of the Turbo Otter. The Twin Otter, the big sister, was the only thing that came up when I researched the seat dimensions. That had a width of 16 inches and a pitch of 30 inches, which is 1 point on my seat to the same point on the seat in front of me. But I don't know how much I believe that sitting here, so you're just gonna have to take my 5'10" visual as an aid. Alright, we're firing it up to head over to Nanaimo. Low-key got a speed on this as we are gonna be in the air in like 30 seconds. But yeah, very bare bones seat. It's small. No in-seat power, no IFE, no Wi-Fi. We don't need any of that. Not the biggest, minimal legroom, and no width, but yeah, we don't need it. If we're tall, that might be an issue, but I'm small, I'm short, but that's fine. But yeah, we are just now leaving the dock and taxiing out, so we'll be in the air momentarily. Alright, we are airborne out of Vancouver and on the way to Nanaimo. So far this is absolutely amazing. Cruising at only a couple hundred feet of the water heading over there. Goes without saying, but there is no Wi-Fi, no NC power as mentioned. It is extremely bare bone as mentioned, but we don't need any of that. This is a sightseeing airline. Half of this is a sightseeing airline, and the other half is a commuter airline. So the whole thing with this airline is just sightseeing and looking outside. This is the entertainment. Cruising low over the water like this, looking outside is the entertainment. The windows are actually curved and they're kind of a bubble sticking out, so we can actually stick our head out and look a pretty good ways behind and in front of the aircraft. So the windows are a bubble for that reason, so we kind of have a better view of looking outside. But yeah, this is super cool. Only a 20-minute flight we have going on to Nanaimo, so I will catch you guys when we get there. A couple years ago, I went up to Alaska with a high school buddy of mine, and we actually took a ride on a Turbo Otter with skis with a carrier called K2, and we actually landed on a glacier with that, which was pretty cool. And to honestly not that much surprise, this one wasn't that much different. Hey, how are you?
Good, how about yourself?
I'm alright.
I would highly suggest, if you've never been on a boat like this or a plane like this before, do it for sure. You're the expert on obviously seeing like different types of planes and how they fly and stuff like that, so you'll probably have a better idea. But for a person that's coming from like Vancouver to Nanaimo, I think it's a great experience.
I was gonna say, because are you commuting?
Yeah, I am, yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, yeah. Because, like, I know, like, half of this airline is, like, sightseeing and, like, commuting is the other half. So, like, as a commuter, like, is it still, like, insane, like, looking outside and all that?
No, like you mean commuting and coming here? I'm coming here for business.
Like, the flight experience.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
does it ever get old?
Was it all sorry?
Does the flight experience, like, ever get old when you
I think
commute?
it's always kind of cool. It's
Yeah,
always unique,
yeah.
man. I feel like, obviously, like, if you're just going on traditional flights, like, on land, you know, they get kind of maybe a little bit boring. But
Okay, yeah.
I feel like they, if you're on different planes, you're on, like, different, you know, on different adventures or doing different things. I think it's always exciting. It's, like, one of the best parts of a trip, right, is being able to fly, get on,
Right,
on
yeah.
the plane, right? So,
Awesome,
it's
yeah,
super cool, though.
yeah.
Awesome, man. But, yeah,
Yeah, awesome. What's your name?
my name's Ravi.
Robbie. I'm Raleigh. which is close.
Cool,
Awesome,
man.
yeah.
Awesome. But, yeah.
But yeah, the whole thing with what I do is like seeing how the flight experience is like on like different airlines.
Oh, okay,
And like
nice.
I knew coming into this one, it was gonna be super bare bone.
Yeah.
So like small seats, no in-seat power, no Wi-Fi, obviously, like nothing like that.
Right.
So like what I was going at with like someone commuting was like, do you ever get bored? Like, does the flight itself like ever get old?
Sometimes, I guess.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I guess it depends on the flight too and how long it is.
That's
too.
true, yeah.
So, but no, overall, I think it was.
Yeah.
It was cool. Like for me, like ever being on. What's the name of these actual boats? The ones that are on the water and when they go in the air. What do you know what they're called? Or I guess it's just
Like types of boats?
Yeah, what kind
They're
of
just
boats?
seaplanes.
Seaplanes, I
If
guess,
they're
yeah.
on the water and the other, it'll just be a
yeah, like
seaplane.
this is my first experience on a seaplane, so it was pretty sick.
No, same, yeah.
But yeah, it's noisy.
So you've never commuted on a seaplane?
No, never.
Really?
This is my first time ever.
Oh, really?
Because I'm from Alberta. I'm from Calgary.
That
so
would
we're
do
not even
it.
close to water, right?
Okay.
So this is my first time coming out here, and I didn't want to take the ferry. I've only taken the ferry like one time before.
Gotcha,
too.
gotcha.
So I wanted to try something new and try something different, and this is sweet.
That's
Only
cool.
thing is just the noise thing was one thing, but honestly,
Yeah.
I don't mind it. I like the sound of it.
No,
and
same,
stuff
yeah.
Like that, so
Yeah.
it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And
And I work around airplanes, so I'm kind of used to it.
Yeah, I'm in automotive, so I hear engines all the time, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, for like a person that might not maybe like the sensitivity and noise and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then same thing with maybe the water. But you know what was surprising? Landing, it was such a smooth landing.
I kind of knew it would be like that going in.
Yeah, I didn't expect
Yeah.
that because like I've never been on a plane like that before, right?
Oh,
I'm just
yeah.
so used to like a rough landing. Sometimes you get the smooth landing depending on the pilot's experience and stuff like that. But,
Yeah.
But I was surprised at how smooth it was when it landed. It was pretty sick.
Yeah,
It
man.
was pretty cool.
Shout out to Ravi. What a legend. But yeah, we have a little bit of time here in Nanaimo. Honestly, I wish I had more time. I wish I had a whole day, honestly. Because A, it's absolutely beautiful out. Bit of a breeze, but it's sunny. And really clear. And honestly, this is perfect weather. And we're also right by the waterfront too, so it's absolutely beautiful here with beautiful weather. And this would be a perfect day trip, honestly. But yeah, unfortunately, we do not. But that's beside the point. We have a little bit of time before we board the aircraft back to Vancouver, and I have already checked back in to the flight to Vancouver. Now, I'm kind of an idiot. We already knew that. But yeah, in Vancouver, when I checked my backpack as a checked bag, it was a couple pounds overweight. So the agents there ended up charging me 12 Canadian dollars when I could have just left my backpack with them because I was going to be back there in a couple hours anyway from when I left. So I could just keep it with them and then pick it back up when I return back. So yeah, that would be one way to save 12 Canadian dollars. But yeah, how I'm looking at it is just 12 Canadian dollars round trip because they did not charge me the same thing on this flight back. Probably because I took this jacket out, but that's okay. But yeah, we go back to Vancouver in about a half hour. So I'm going to go for a quick walk and I'll talk to you guys when we are back on the Otter to Vancouver. The building used for check-in was actually a whole gift shop dedicated to Harbour Air. Apparently, I enjoyed the flight into here so much that I decided to pick up some souvenirs. I got myself a t-shirt and a coaster. After check-in, I sealed the deal. Pretty genius marketing in my opinion. Pretty soon I found myself in the waiting area. There was also a flight leaving to downtown Vancouver at the same time we were leaving, so we had to be careful. We also did have to wait a little bit past our scheduled boarding time, and it wasn't until 5 minutes from our departure time until they were ready, and it was go time. There you go.
That's great. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Come on, man.
Alright, back on the same Otter that got us to Nanaimo, and we are taking it back to Vancouver. Now, we are a bit of a full flight heading back to Vancouver that I did not get a window seat, so I was the last to board because I was just taking a photo and videos of the aircraft and the other aircraft that we have going to downtown Vancouver that was right next to us. That I took too much time doing that. I got on and there was no more window seats. So yeah, if you're gonna come and do this and fly on a seaplane like this, the window seats are gonna run out. So yeah, I'm in the aisle seat, one of the 3 aisle seats that's part of the dual seat configuration. So yeah, I don't have a window, but that's okay. We're still pretty close to it nonetheless. And we pretty much got what we needed coming into here. And looking out of it, we're going to be going over water anyway. So yeah, I can still see out it pretty well. And we are taxiing out to the waterway. I said that in quotes. The runway, I said that in quotes. We're going to the waterway. And we'll be in the air here in a second. Alright, out of Nanaimo on the 20-minute flight back to Vancouver in the IRC, but that's okay, giving other people a chance to experience the seaplane. So about that, I was really debating about whether I wanted to do the rally rating on this flight or not. If you're new here, the rally rating is just what I do to rate all the flights I take at the end of every one of my airline reviews and really see how good the airline really is. But on this specific airline, I put that in quotes, airline, I only say airline because it is technically a commuter airline, but it's also a sightseeing airline where its whole thing is just sightseeing and looking outside and looking out the window. But it is still a commuter airline, but it also really doesn't have anything. It's a pushing 70-year-old seaplane. It's small, the seats are small, so as I kind of said earlier, if you're tall, good luck. But yeah, the entertainment of looking outside is really all it has going for it, and that's really all it needs. Yeah, the seats are small, no in-seat power, not that it needs it, no monitor anywhere in the cabin. Well, actually, technically, they played the safety video on an iPad and mounted it in the front of the cabin on that bulkhead. So technically, it does have entertainment, the safety video. Entertainment apart from looking outside, that is. But yeah, so really the only downside about this airline is that if you are tall, then you can't fit. But hey, short people unite. But yeah, it's cool. Even sitting in the aisle seat here, I can still see outside really without an issue. The windows are absolutely massive. I can't see as well of what's below us, but I mean, I was able to see that coming into Nanaimo, but I can still see pretty good in the distance, and I can still see the views. So honestly, that's fine. It's really no different than getting a window seat in like a business class and having that small space of storage in between your seat and the window. But yeah, I can actually see the Vancouver airport in the distance now, and we are on about well, right now we're actually on a base, but if you're coming in from the west, then we're on like a 1 mile final. But yeah, we're entering our base turn to land, and I will talk to you guys once we are on the ground. Does it ever get boring commuting by seaplane?
No, it's usually pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Alright, welcome back to Vancouver. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video as much as I did on the 2 seaplane flights. My final thoughts on it, it was really cool. Absolutely unreal. Something really cool and definitely something different. As far as I know from the people I spoke to that were using it as a commuter airline, they said that they really didn't find anything out of it that was boring, and they thought that it was really cool and didn't get old either way. And really, just because of that, for being a novelty of a seaplane, it doesn't really need anything that any other like air carrier would have. And the entertainment is just looking outside. As I mentioned, you got those big bubble windows that give you pretty much near a 180-degree view of the area and what's around you. But yeah, it doesn't need in-seat power. If your phone's about to die on like 10%, guaranteed that'll probably last you the whole flight. It's only 20 minutes. You don't need anything that would be provided by any other airline. Bring your own snacks. You don't need any sort of snack services. Bring your own entertainment as if you need it. But yeah, the service getting on and coming off on the ground was really, really amazing. And they're all super nice. Nice Canadian novelty there. But yeah, I got my next airline that boards in actually not too long. That leaves in just about a half hour, so I gotta run to that terminal for that. That's also on the south side of the Vancouver airport, so by that hint, you may be able to guess what the next video is gonna be. So yeah, I'll catch you guys back here on that airline for that adventure. Bye for now.